Hey everybody, Pete Branscombe, and in this video I'm going to talk about Donald J. Trump, or as I will refer to him in this video as Peter Pumpkinhead, or Donald Trumpkinhead. Okay, first of all, let's get this out of the way. The election is tonight. Donald Trump is going to annihilate Joe Biden. They will contest it, right? They will drag this thing out, guaranteed. There will be violence. There will be mayhem. There will be mass confusion. There will be false reporting. There will be censorship. There's going to be no limit to the Tom-effery that's going to be going on during all this. But what I want to do is I want to compare Donald Trump to one Peter Pumpkinhead. Okay, the song, the ballad for Peter Pumpkinhead, and why this song is predictive programming for Donald Trump. Okay, now hear me out. Just hear me out on this. Donald Trump, Peter Pumpkinhead. I'm going to go through a list of comparisons, okay? And this is basically all the lyrics of the song, okay? But first, just a couple comparisons, okay? Donald Trump, Peter Pumpkinhead. Okay, they both have a big head, a big melon, a big pumpkin, okay? They are what Eminem, what did Eminem called Donald Trump in his freestyle?
He's orange.
No rhyme, right? He's orange. He's orange like a pumpkin. Right? He's not orange all the time, but that's what the left always calls him. That's what people know him as. Orange man. Orange man bad. Right? They call followers of Peter Pumpkinhead pumpkinheads. Okay? What do they call followers of Trump? Trumpers, right? You could say Trumpkins, okay? The lyrics, Peter Pumpkinhead brought wisdom and cash, right? Well, Donald Trump brought wisdom by stating things that everyday Americans have been waiting for a politician to say that no politician was saying, right? He, quotes, exposed the deep state, right? He's gonna drain the swamp, right? America first, right? He fed the starving and housed the poor. Well, Donald Trump, what does he boast most about? What does he boast the most about? He boasts about gerbs. Gerbs put food on the table and a roof over your head. Fed the starving, housed the poor. This is a song, guys. Showed the Vatican what gold is for. He opposes Pope Francis, the anti-Pope Francis. Okay? But he has the support
of the Tratty Cats.
Okay? But Peter Pumpkinhead, he made too many enemies of the people who would keep us on our knees. Who's that? The globalists, right? The internationalists, the Bolsheviks, right? In the second verse, it says that he was put to shame. Racist, bigot, misogynist, xenophobe, right? A liar. Leaders around the world, government slurred his name. Leaders around the world slurring Donald Trump's name, right? Sex scandals, right? Gold showers, grabbing him by the Stormy Daniels. All these things failed outright. None could be proved. All of these scandals, all of these plots failed. Failed outright. And now that I'm recording this for the second part, the first part I recorded election night, and now we're talking about the biggest scandal of all, this election fraud that's been seen like no other. This is literally, guys, the sideshow Bob getting elected as mayor in Simpsons episode. I mean, even the Pet Cemetery voted for Bob, right? Like, Joe Biden, his thing right now is that he's got this ridiculous grin on his face that he's never had before in his career. But he's just got this ridiculous grin. Like, he looks like a senile old fella who's just smiling really hard, so it looks like he knows what's going on. It's quite something, guys. And you're gonna tell me that guy that can't even say a sentence, you're gonna tell me that guy got more votes ever than a president in any election, that he got more votes than Barack Obama, and at the same time Donald Trump had more votes that he had in 2016. Are you kidding me? Anyways, continuing. So the other thing, Donald Trump, he merely said that any kind of love is all right. This is going back to the lyrics. Any kind of love is all right. I feel so powerful. I'll go in that crowd. I'll kiss all the guys. I'll kiss all the women. I'll kiss everybody in that crowd. Right? There has been no other president who has been a bigger friend, quite frankly, to the gays than President Donald J. Trump. You can't find a president more friendly to the gays. You can't find him. You can look, but you can't find him. He was too good. Third verse. Peter Pumpkinhead was too good. Right? He made America great again. Right? Now, I'm not saying he made America great again, but that's what the slogan is, right? That's what the whole mantra is. Okay? You got to understand that not everything that I'm saying is my personal opinion. I'm going on what is said and what is in the public view, what is in the subconscious of people, what's in the forefront of their minds, what they've been brainwashed with. Okay? So he made America great again. He was too good. Okay? They had him nailed to a chunk of wood. Now, we haven't got to this stage of the game, but where I'm going with this is that one side hates him so bad that they would have him killed. They've already shown his severed head, right, from the comedian. Well, she's a woman, and she supposedly tells jokes. Anyways, that severed head that she held up. Then there's the whole play before Donald Trump even got elected, where they had the mock stabbing of the remake of Julius Caesar. Right? You have multiple people that have called for his death, right? And just as many people that are calling for this man's death, there are just as many of them that want to hold him up as a savior, that want to lift him up like the serpent was lifted up in the wilderness by Moses, just like Christ had to be lifted up. They want to also lift Donald J. Trump up. So, and again, we haven't got to this part, but grinning there on live TV for the execution, well, just in general, right? Donald Trump's always got a grin, right? He's always grinning, he's always smiling, right? Letting you know that everything's all right. Looked a lot like you, right? Hanging there, he looked a lot like you and a lot like me. Donald Trump is the everyman. Now, is he actually the everyman? No, of course not. But you know what? In the minds of people, he is the everyman. You know why? Because when he goes to those rallies, he stops, and he talks to people. He talks to different ones, and they feel like he actually is concerned about them. Okay? That he actually says stuff that resonates with them. Okay? Now, his actions, again, guys, if you're a leader and you have to make decisions, but you're surrounded by advisors and other people that want to make decisions against you, you just can't do everything. I mean, you could, but they'd probably assassinate you pretty quickly, right? Like, everybody wants to act like a tough guy and say they do this and they do that, but in reality, I don't think it quite works like that. Because first, what do you have to do? You have to win the public perception, right? Even if you were to drain the swamp and do it in such a extravagant manner, think about what the media would be saying, right? And how the public perception would go on it. I'd say it's an optics thing. But at the end of the day,
who gives a rip about optics when your country is being sold down the river and flushed down the toilet?
Anyways, so the video, getting to the actual video, you've got crazy-haired Jeff Daniels, and he's representing pre-President Trump, or maybe it's post-President Trump, right? Maybe it's when when his power was taken away from him, and he's just walking down the street as literally every man. Falls headlong into a pile of garbage, and emerges as Pumpkinhead, Peter Pumpkinhead, Peter Trumpkinhead. Trump never became orange until he ran for president. I'm just gonna put that out there. He wasn't always orange. Wasn't always orange. And we see in the video, right, as you know, the people are gathering up money and stuff like that he's releasing after this failed robbery by the pontiff and the nun from the church, and the money is being, distributed. It's being tossed in the air, and people are coming and gathering it and picking it up, and Trumpkinhead is in the middle of it. And it would appear that he is distributing all this wealth. Then a really interesting part of the video, Nick Fuentes shows up and realizes that Donald Trump is a very special individual and activates
the America First Trad Cats.
Whoa, Trump, I never realized that you were the Messiah until now. Here, kid, here's a pumpkin. You keep this signature, it'll be worth something someday. A little bit of advice. When you grow up, don't drink, don't smoke, and you'll be successful, kid. Thanks, POTUS, but I'm 25. Whatever, kid. Whatever you say. I gotta get going. I got places to go, people to see, and grab.
So you have that little exchange between Nick Fuentes and Donald Trump in this video that was made in the 90s. I don't know, it's crazy. But this video, it shows the Catholic Church as an institution, as the enemy of the people, right? The people who would keep us on our knees. However, if you simply watch the video, you may notice that there's an over-representation of a particular group of people in this video. A particular group where the phrase goes something like, yada yada cries out in pain as they strike you in anger, right? Or fear, or something like that. I can't remember what it goes. But regardless of this Catholic Church present, there clearly seems to be cryptos operating in the background. the second verse has Pumpkinhead merch being sold. Okay, there's figures, bobbleheads, T-shirts, posters, etc. Right? They be MAGA grifting. Okay, they be Trumpkinhead grifting. Then you have the entire press, the lefty woke protesters, along with governments campaigning hard against him, against Pumpkinhead. They even call Pumpkinhead a pervert head, right? And various magazines cover all this, running 24/7. 24/7 propaganda. Meanwhile, the people just read it. They just suck it up, they read it up, and they don't think anything about it. There's no critical thinking being done. And what's interesting about these magazines, okay, is that these magazines that it shows in the video, one of them is that Der Spiegel magazine. And remember that journalist who won that reward for all of his journalism, and he was heavily anti-Trump. Remember that? Remember what happened to that journalist from Der Spiegel? He had to basically give back, rescind his reward, and say that all of his stories, all of his news that he wrote was all fake. It's just kind of interesting, right? Anyways, so in the third verse, you have an angelic being that's visiting Jeff Daniels or Trump, and you can see this is why now that this is all said and done, you know, they have Donald Trump disheveled looking. His hair looks like that of bird's feathers. He is in street clothes. It looks like he's down and out, basically. Like they already have him deposed and they have him ruined. And now, once they have him at his weakest, then they're going to kill him. So, when they take him to the gallows, when they have him all prepped, right, the angelic being tells him, right, that he's going to be nailed to a chunk of wood. And he accepts it. Okay? This is why this is all very, very interesting in light of everything, guys. As they take him to the gallows, they make him don, even though they have him stripped down, they make him don the pumpkin head one last time, just for the show of it, right? And they march him out there, and everybody's there. There's half the crowd's cheering, half the crowd's jeering. There's pervert heads, there's pumpkin head signs. Nick Fuentes is in the crowd. They're holding up pumpkins. And when they pull the lever and drop the floor, okay, Jeff Daniels, Donald Trump, drops through the escape hatch. The head falls off the top of the noose, right? The pumpkin head, because it doesn't go through the noose. So the pumpkin head saves Trump, okay? So he receives a mortal wound. The head comes off, right? He receives a mortal wound to the head, loses his head. Okay, the crowd rushes for the head. Nick Fuentes holds the head high above the crowd, right? While they're all skirmishing for the pumpkin head, Donald Trump emerges from beneath the crowd, from the midst of them, and escapes unknown. Okay? Meanwhile, the pumpkin head is lifted above the people, and the people celebrate and cheer. Okay? The next scene, you have a sign called the Church of the Latter-day Pumpkinheads. Church of the Latter-day Pumpkinhead. Or Church of the Latter-day Pumpkin, whatever the sign says on the screen that you're looking at right now. You know what I'm saying? So then they show this, and they have a great big cathedral, and Nick Fuentes, he's pontificating, you know, and he's distributing the supper. He's distributing communion. He's distributing mass Okay? He's become the pontiff of the Pumpkinhead movement. And you see people of all different colors and creeds, and they're all marching in unison, almost in a trance daze, like as if something is taken over them and they have no real control over what they're doing, but they're genuflecting and they're going and carrying on to the cathedral, all doing the same motion, and like almost in wander, like they're wandering after something, right? Wandering after something of great adoration. And they've all got pumpkins on their faces. And they all line up. And they all go up and they receive communion of the pumpkin. They receive the communion of the pumpkin. They made an image unto him. Unto the pumpkin. They made an image unto the pumpkin. And they worshipped the pumpkin. Comment down below if that's true. I'd like to hear from people on this, because like this is a very interesting video. The last thing, guys, is the band. Okay, the woman that's singing. Okay, she's not really in the band, Crash Test Dummies, but she was just part of this song, I believe that's how it was. And her shirt. Okay, she's wearing a shirt that has the number 55 on it. Well, do you know what the number 55 means in like the occult, esoteric realm? I'm gonna put it up on screen here and talk about it. Angel number 55. When you see angel number 55 showing up in your experience, it's a sign that major life changes are coming. Major life changes are coming. Because of the nature of this number, you can be sure that these changes will be highly positive, resulting in auspicious new beginnings. Therefore, angel number 55 may be seen as a sign that it is time to let go of those things and situations that are no longer serving you, and allow the changes that are manifesting to usher into a new phase in your life, a new phase of your life. Let go of those things that are holding you back, that aren't serving you, and allow the changes manifesting in your life right now to usher in a new age of your life. Number 1, angel 55 can be reduced to the number 1 by simply adding the digits together in a 2-step process. 5 plus 5 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. This technique of reducing a multi-digit number to a particular root number is used in numerology to uncover the hidden energies that are concealed within a particular number. Now, again, I don't believe any of this stuff, but these New Agers, these Satanists, right, these Luciferians, they all do. They all have code. It's one of the oldest things to have a coded hidden language, right, that you didn't want anybody else to know. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Put your faith and trust in God. Oh, no, sorry. The universe, right? The essence. And allow yourself to be guided by the essence of the universe. Enjoy every moment and embrace the beauty of life. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. we are entering into the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarii. The age of a queer eye. The age of unnatural understanding. Peace and love and understanding. Love and happiness ever abounding. Is that how it goes? Age of Aquarius. That's what we're being initiated into, guys. I'm not, but many are. I hope you're not. In order to grow and become a better version of ourselves, okay, we must accept and embrace change, right? We are evolving, right? We are on a upward momentum, right? This is an upward moving platform, and we are evolving. We are progressing as a species. Do you understand? Do you understand this language? Be ready and let go of everything that is not supporting and helping you anymore. Think about that. Let go of everything that is not supporting and helping you anymore. Well, that can be a lot of things, guys. There's a lot of nuance to all that. There's a lot of subtlety to that. Okay, but that means a lot. As situations and things will change, also guidance and support will show up to you. As situations and things will change, also guidance and support will show up to you. Okay? You'll know what to do in these trying times. Be patient, embrace change, and trust that everything is working out for you. Trust us. We care about you. We want to help you. As a master number, 55 is the number of independence, freedom, and self-determination. When this vibration is operating in your life, it means that you should be forward-looking and focus your mind on learning new things. You are also likely to establish a variety of new social and romantic relationships during this time. Now, whatever with that part, but the first part of it. You have the independence, freedom, and self-determination to choose your enslavement. Right? Because the mark of the beast, right? You have a choice, right? When this vibration is operating your life, it means that you should be forward-looking and focus your mind on learning new things. Away with the old and in with the new. Right? You're likely to establish a variety of new social and romantic relationships during this time. Yeah, because everybody in your life is dead, or because you're in an internment camp. Yeah. Dark humor. The energy of the number 5 is adventurous, highly versatile, and capable of meeting any challenge that life brings. Yeah, in the coming World War Z, right? You need to be adventurous, versatile, capable to meet any challenge, right? The number 55 can also be reduced to two factors, 5 and 11, as a multiple of master number 11. Remember November. Angel number 55 is also considered a master number, which means that it carries a higher frequency vibration than the other two-digit numbers. So 55 is a master number to its reduced number of 11 and 5. It's a higher frequency. They are a lower frequency. Okay? And I ain't talking about frequencies as being right or wrong, but this is what these people believe, right? And you hear what they say about certain people and that they're on a low frequency. Okay? Certain music is a different frequency. It's on a low frequency. It invokes a certain frequency, a certain action, a certain reaction. Okay? The number 1 is the number of new beginnings, leadership, and opportunity. As you enter this new phase in your life, remember to stay focused on new experiences and learning new things. Stay in contact with your angels and they will guide you to the best possible outcomes, right? Stay in contact with your demons, right? Your familiar spirits, and they will guide you. This new phase in your life, this new phase in the system of the beast. Align yourself with source energy and stay attuned to the bigger picture, and you will attract circumstances that will offer you the freedom and independence that you have been looking for. Well, yeah, I have freedom and independence, which I get through Christ. Anything else is bondage. Don't put on the yoke of the world as they would have you, but put on the yoke of Christ, which is not hard. It's convenient. The world is inconvenient. The world makes you bow and do this and do that and say this and say that and be like this, but don't be like that. Right? There's no freedom or independence in this new world order, this new phase of humanity. This is the Great Reset. And how Peter Pumpkinhead fits into the Great Reset is the magazine that has the gun. Okay? The magazine that has the gun, it says in the caption on the side, "No tolerance. Should we kill the killers?" Part of this Great Reset and why they will try to bring Trump down will be that they will try to blame him and his supporters for all the exaggerated, fabricated COVID deaths in the United States and quite possibly North America. They're already talking about this. So where this all comes into play, that if they were to kill Peter Pumpkinhead, if they were to bring down Donald Trump, that would cause a chain reaction. That would cause a major chain reaction through the country, through the world. And I'm not saying that it's true or it isn't, but it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting, folks. So just keep your ears to the ground. Use some discernment. And know that we have our hope in Jesus Christ. God purposed his Son from aforetime, whereby we need Christ. Whereby Christ saves us. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, whereby we must be saved. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but that way leadeth to destruction. And when the Church of Latter-day Pumpkinheads is shown in the video, you see people from all races, tongues, and creeds coming to the pumpkin and putting their adoration to the pumpkin and the image of the pumpkin. Pete Branscombe, out.